Hey, good morning. How you doing? Continuing my mission. This is Larry Williams, and I aim to help. I want to give you a little business advice, stuff that you be hearing online and all that, but a lot of people charge you for it, and they only give you like bits and pieces of it, so you have to come back to them. That ain't what I'm about. So I'm gonna give you some advice today. I'm gonna teach you the beginning of the process to start repairing your credit if you have credit issues. It's a very simple process. It's kind of timely, but it's the same thing that companies do when you pay them a credit repairing fee, or when you go to a master class and then they tell you, oh, give me 6 months and pay me $400-$500 every month, or 49, 50, 80, whatever the price is, right? Why pay them people when you can do it yourself and it's simple? Now, unless you were just a person that you don't have no time, you're lazy, whatever be the case, but a lot of people would do it themselves if they knew how simple the process was. So first and foremost, let's get into credit repair. It's simple to repair your credit. If you have inquiries, right? An inquiry is when you go to a car dealership or you apply for credit cards or whatever. If you apply anywhere and you want to get something on credit, on your credit score and on your just your name alone, right? So they do this inquiry, right? If you don't get approved when they do the inquiry, that becomes negative points that you lose off of your credit score. So for every inquiry that you allow a person to do, that's 2 to 5 points coming off your credit score. Now, to remove that inquiry, all you have to do is very simple process. First of all, you go to the credit places, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. You get the free credit report, and then you see everybody on there that you have allowed or maybe didn't even allow to fly an inquiry. Even if you allowed them to do the inquiry, you can still contest it and get the points placed back onto your credit score. So if you allowed 20 people to do an inquiry, that's 20 to 50 points that left from your credit score if you didn't get approved for said item or whatever that you were trying to get. So now it's a very simple process. Like I said, all you have to do is once you get your credit report and you see the names of these different companies that have sent you or have done the inquiry on you, whether you were at that car dealership, whether you went to rent to own and you allowed them to do the inquiry and you didn't get approved, it doesn't matter. I'm teaching you what big business does. You still dispute it because you want it up off of your credit history for 2 reasons. I'll tell you the second reason later. The first reason is because you want to have nice, decent credit. You want to have a nice, decent credit score because it takes a certain credit score to propel you. Now, you can do things with bad credit or whatever, but you'll be limited when you go get loans with bad credit. You're limited when you try to get resources, especially if you're trying to start a business. So now, once you get the names of the places, you have to write each one of them a letter. You have to send them a letter letting them know you dispute and that you didn't give permission for their inquiry. You can just type into your Google, Chrome, or whatever search bar, templates for dispute letters for credit. That's simple. Templates for dispute letters for credit. And it will pop up a place or many places that have templates that you can use. And it's just going to say, I, such and such, am disputing the charge of such and such company. And then it's going to have everything already else pre-filled in. You send it out, and then just to be smart, you can send it out with a regular stamp on the envelope, or the best way is to send it out certified mail, which costs about $3 or $4 a letter, but that's the best way to do it. That way there is protection on your mail going to these companies, because if you send it out with a regular stamp, like I did years ago when I first learned this game, it's probably not going to be honored. They're going to look and see that you have no proof that it came to their company, and they're going to throw that shit in the trash. They're going to rip it up. Yes, companies do that. So make sure you try to send it certified. If you can't, send it with regular postage, but put something on there. Maybe take a picture of the outside of the letters before you send them out. That way you have some type of proof. That's kind of like a poor man's way of having proof. So then once you do that process, right, then the letters go out. Prior to you sending them letters out, let me back up just one step. You go on to a website called Sage Stream, SAGESTREAM, Sage Stream. And then this is the company that is the go-between between people trying to see if they can get you credit and the credit bureaus. So it's the yin and yang, you know what I'm saying? People trying to give you credit or give you stuff with credit, people over here that are the people that grant it. So if you cut out the middle, Sage Stream, there can be no communication between the two parties. So once those letters get to the company, all they're going to tell you is the same thing they told me. Oh, well, our records indicate, or we don't have enough records to indicate if you've done this item or done said inquiry. So they're going to say they have a record of it and that they have a copy of your driver's license, you signed something. It doesn't matter. Once you dispute that, they are not able to communicate with TransUnion, Equifax, or any of these other companies. They're not allowed to even get your information no more, because once you go to SageStream and you click the button that says you don't want to globally communicate no more, that means that your information cannot be used. And they can't even prove whether you did or didn't. And then if they send you a letter and say, hey, get back at me, send me a copy of what you're saying you didn't do it. That way you can just fill out continue the process, right? Some of them are going to fall off faster than others, but that's the basic process. You send that letter certified, more likely than not. Once they get it, they have 30 days to respond. If they haven't responded in 30 days, that's in your benefit. But if they do respond, follow the steps or whatever they're saying. Even if you did allow the inquiry, so what? You just follow the steps. And then you say, no, I didn't. And if they tell you to send them a copy of your ID, you tell them no. That since they say they already have it on file, because like they sent me a letter before saying they have my ID on file, and send me a copy so they can correspond. No, I'm not sending you a copy of my ID. If you say you got it on file, then whatever. I don't care what you're talking about. I'm going to respond to you and let you know in kind that it wasn't me once again, and that I'm going to be moving forward to whatever credit place that I'm going, whether it's TransUnion, Equifax, or Experian, and then that will drop off. So that's how you get off inquiries. It's similar to get off charge-offs, things that you owe to people. Like I had a $4,000 and some change charge-off from Bank of America that I truly didn't have nothing to do with. And I sent them a letter disputing it, or I just went on to Experian actually, and I sent them a letter. But you can click and dispute, but I did it the physical way because I didn't know that. So you click, you dispute it, and they send you links and they send you copies of verification that you did it and let you know it's a process. And it took me all of 48 hours, and they took the $4,000 charge off of my credit. It was simple. And all you had to do was write a little paragraph saying why you don't believe this charge is yours. So my paragraph basically said that I had nothing to do with said account, and that another person placed me on the account because my credit was better than theirs and it was going to boost them. So I never used the account. I didn't give permission to have my name placed on the account. They did it. The bank didn't require me to give a signature. So the onus is on the bank. It's always on the person who says that you did something. They can say you owe them, but it's always on them, the burden of proof. It's just like, anything else. The burden of proof is on the person that said they did such thing. Not the burden of proof is not on you because you're saying it didn't happen. But that's how you fix that. And just a word to the wise, you have to be careful about when you go out there and you let people run your credit, because when you do that and you get denied, and then say you try to go to a bank because you finally figure out going to them small places is crap, so just go to the bank and cut out the middleman. The bank ain't fucking with you. The bank is going to say that you have too many charge-offs. So when you get 2 to 5, it depends, and it differs for different banks. The bigger banks, they don't want you having more than 2 inquiries in a 24-month span. Other banks do 2 to 5 in a 24-month span. And if you have that many inquiries, then that means that you're guaranteed to not be approved for whatever you're trying to get. And I don't care if your credit score is good. They're going to look and see that you have all these inquiries and that you didn't receive the stuff over here. So they're not even dealing with you. So you have to be smart about not allowing yourself to do hard credit checks. There are ways to get around those hard credit checks. When you put your social security number in somebody else's hands and they're running your credit, that means that they could be doing damage to your credit, and maybe you're not aware of it, but now I'm trying to help you be aware of it. That's basically how you can fix your taxes. Once you get those letters, like I said, you respond to them if you need be. If not, then the next step would be to contact Experian, TransUnion, or Equifax, wherever you dispute it. And usually when you dispute it with one, they'll contact the other one and it'll just fall off. But if it doesn't, you'll have to contact them and let them know, hey, this is my receipt. Like, I have receipts that I had from me sending certified mail. It gives you a little perforated receipt that you tear off. And I showed them receipts I had to show receipts a couple of times or make copies or whatever. And they saw the receipts showing that I sent the letter saying, hey, this ain't mine. And I didn't give you permission to do this. And they took it off. So inquiries are easy to get off. Charge-offs are easy to get off of your account. Charge-offs take a little bit longer because it's a little more intense investigation because it's money involved and people have been sold your debt. And word to the wise, let me tell you this. Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion get paid for every time somebody asks for your information. Some way, somehow, in this crooked-ass country, you've signed something or you gave them your express permission to sell your information. When you go to that car dealership or you fill out for that credit card or whatever you're trying to get in the name of credit, that means that them people get at them and pay them for your credit report. That's why when you go to the car dealership, they really don't like having to go try to pull credit more than once, especially if you come and say you're trying to buy the car and then they've paid them people for your credit. And then you come and say, oh, I got to have my mama co-sign. So then they got to pay to run her credit too. So these companies are selling your credit. I don't know how to combat it. I'm looking into it, but they're selling your credit and you're not receiving not one piece of profit, not one. They're making big bank off of selling your credit every day. Every day, whether you run a business, whether you are a hardworking person, whether you're on welfare and you press that button to say you want to claim your 10% on taxes, they sell your information. Now I want to just do a quick segue, and then this is just a small video I'm making, and it's just going to touch on a few subjects, and I'm going to be done, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to make a bigger, better, more tighter edited video with the similar information, but it's going to have the little pop-ups where I can go like that and all this stuff and point over my head and have something over my head, or I can point right here and the saying will be right here. I've learned how to do all of that, so I want to bring you better videos, but right now I just wanted to get this content out here so you can see how to do it for yourself. And maybe by the time I put the better video up, some of you have already been and went and corrected your credit or started a business. I am in California. I live in Sacramento, California, like I keep saying. And in California, it costs $80 to start an LLC, which is a company, limited liability corporation, right? Company, whatever. Now, and it costs another $15 for the filing fee. So that's all of $95 to become a small business owner that you can grow into Amazon or whatever you choose, whatever your market or your lane is, right? So now you need to learn these terms. So there's S Corp, C Corp, LLC. These are the terms that you need to learn. And then you need to learn about non-profitization, if that's what you're into. You need to learn that you can start a C Corp or S Corp, matter of fact, but start a C Corp to run the LLC. And may be confusing to whoever's listening, but pay attention. You can start a C Corp. Look that up. C Corporation. You can start a C Corporation to run your LLC that you paid $95 for. Also, you can start trust funds that can run the C Corp that runs the LLC. So you could have 3 entities to run one basic big entity. That's what big businesses do. They start the trust fund because trust funds, listen to me, trust funds in most instances are not taxed the same or they're not taxable. So that's how the rich keep getting richer and us poor stay uninformed because we don't get informed. So I'm informing you. So we can't just say, oh, the white man or the white man or the white man. We can't just keep saying that. It ain't even about this or this. It's about being informed. Your id, ID. ID is how you spell id. Your id means your psyche. You know what I'm saying? Your brain. You got to stop being goyim, which means cattle, and start being in control of your own future and your own destiny, and put forth the effort to push yourself. A lot of you push forth for effort, but you pushing the whole bunch of other people. You know what I'm saying? You helping somebody else be popular or be famous or whatever it be. You putting money in somebody else's pockets. So now I'll give you some game about how you can take your LLC and go get you a car off the car lot immediately. It's simple as hell. And this is the last game that I'm going to give you. So you set up your LLC or S Corp, right? And the way that it becomes a LLC or S Corp or these things is by choosing the tax designation on the IRS.gov site. Now, once you set up your LLC and you set up your S Corp, and then it's, ready to go, you're in good standing because they send you a paper telling you that you're in good standing. I have a few LLCs. Make sure that you do your Google search first and foremost before you do anything. Put the name of your LLC, put it in the exact same way that you spelled it, because the Secretary of State immediately, once they approve it, it's placed onto Google. They put it in their system, so then it goes into everything. So type in your LLC, boop, it's going to pop up. And it's going to say whatever you put or whatever they said it's about. Now you become part of Wikipedia. You got your own definition, and it's yours. So then once you do that, then you go to any bank, America, any bank you can go to. Whether it's the bank that you're banking with right now, or whether it's Golden One, which is a good bank to go to, or whether it's Bank of the West, which is a good bank to go to. And I'm not giving these people shout outs because I'm not getting no money from them. I'm telling you this from personal experience. I have a Bank of the West account. Bank of the West is a very old bank. That's that old money. That's what you want to be tied into. Golden One is not severely old, but Golden One has made their mark in lending money and doing transactions because their rates are usually the lowest. They're usually people friendly and going to let you in, and they're usually going to show you how to get the loan if they don't give it to you immediately. And then even if they don't give you the loan they want, they usually will give you something smaller. That's just the way they work, because they want to see if you can. They'll show you how to build your credit. They'll give you a $500 loan and just tell you, hey, look, it's a process. You take that $500 loan, you pay it back. Then you come back and get a $2,000 loan. But you do that when you got $2,000 that you finna spend. That way you take care of that $2,000. It's already paid off with a little bit of interest that you got to add on top of it. And then you're building your credit. These are the things that Golden One does. So these are the banks that you need to look into. So now once you open your business account, which takes all of $25 at Bank of the West. And then you're a business owner. You just have to show your EIN and your DUNS number, or just your EIN or the DUNS number. I'll teach you about those in another video. So then all you have to do is open your business account, use a commercial lender. So use a commercial lender, right? Well, somebody like Ally Financial or Ford, which just means go straight to Ford, and you want to get you a Mustang 5.0 Shelby, if you want to get you a whatever, Expedition. It's a lot of times it's better once you open your business account. If you're not going to go deal with the bank, then go to the commercial lender, because see, the commercial lender is just going to go off of your business standing, and then you're in. And next thing you know, you're driving a Hellcat because you told them that you needed to promote your business, or it's going to make you make money. And then that's another thing that I'm going to start teaching you. You got to look like money to make money, even if you're broke as hell. You got to be able to attract the people with the dollars in their pocket in order to be on the right path. So this is the free game I give you today. If you have any questions, please send me a comment and I'll answer your comment. I'm going to teach you about EINs, and I'm going to teach you about Dun & Bradstreet and how simple it is. And it's going to be a short video because a lot of people are getting played out there and they don't even understand you don't have to be played. It's so simple to start your own business. It's so simple to propel your community. And I ain't talking about a community of black or any kind of race. I'm talking about the community you live in. So if you live in the ghetto and you have this good idea and you didn't know how to start a business and you even need help, I will help you. I will tell you how to get funding. I will tell you where to go. I will tell you about grants that are available to you. Just pay attention, man. There's more to come. I aim to help. Do you?